Okay, I'm pretty convinced there's nothing more disappointing in life than failing a Minecraft speedrun. Like, I'm struggling to think of anything more soul crushing. Just knowing how you could have been just almost cool, just to have those hopes and dreams brutally crushed in the most diabolical fashion. I mean, like, I think after this run, I just stared at my screen for a solid 2 minutes, and then I kind of realized that no one genuinely cares about Minecraft speedrunning, and everything was alright again, you know. Anyway, the topic of today's video, it's so uninteresting, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. You see, I've got very dodgy knees, which you might be thinking, no one cares. Exactly. I don't care. I'm talking about it anyway, and you're gonna sit here like a good boy and listen. So, I would consider myself an athlete. Not an athlete, but I play sports. You know, I do my exercise. I get my 30 minutes a day in. Sometimes. Yeah, I play sport, and naturally, I've got a dodgy knee. Not two dodgy knees, just the one. So that's great to start with. Anyway, I've had this dodgy knee for like almost 2 years, and here's me thinking, I'm young. I'll just run it off. No, that's apparently that's just not how it works. When you have an injury, using that limb more doesn't generally fix the problem, which was sort of something I didn't clock onto until very recently, when my knee just kind of collapsed during a game, which was, well, it was not ideal to say the least. It wasn't exactly my finest moment. Anyway, so I'm like hobbling around, struggling to walk a little bit. I say a little bit. It was a bit more than a little bit. Anyway, I couldn't use my old left knee, which was obviously not ideal. I didn't even realise the bastion's like, I just saw the bastion there and I didn't even clock. Anyway, yeah, so I'm now here home after this match thinking, right, my knee really hurts. It didn't even hurt. It was just like, I don't know how to, it was just uncomfortable, best way to describe it. Like, I couldn't bend it or do anything with it, really. It was kind of just useless. Like you know, the appendix, it just kind of sits there, does nothing, and occasionally just explodes. Yeah, that was kind of what my knee was doing this whole time. So, yeah, not very fun. I'm like, yeah, I'll sleep it off, I'll be fine in the morning. I wasn't fine in the morning. In the morning, it was terrible. Like, I couldn't twist it, which knees aren't supposed to do anyway, but like, it was just, I couldn't do it at all. It just sucked. I had a bad knee. So I'm like, okay, I'm 18 now. I'm legally an adult. I can't get my mum to phone the doctors for me now. I've got to do it myself. Bearing in mind, I haven't. Last time I went to see like a doctor was when I broke my finger. And then, I mean, as you can imagine, I don't really go to see the doctors very often. So I had to call in by myself. Me. Like, on my ones. I had to do it myself. Anyway, a little bit of contemplation later. I phone up the GP. You know, the general practice? I don't even know what it's called. But anyway, I called up and I get the automated voicemail saying, press 1 to schedule an appointment. Press 2 if you're talking about vaccine. I had to sit there and listen through everything until I got to the physio, right? So the physio's number 9. I had to sit through like a billion. Anyway, so I click 9 and it sticks me in a queue. Brilliant. Why is there a queue? It's like a Tuesday. Ah! But actually, I think it was a Thursday. Irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So I'm sat in this queue for about 5 minutes. It wasn't actually that long. And eventually, I get through to a person, a human being. Thank goodness my prayers have been answered. But when I tell you this was the most useless person, I mean this in the nicest way possible. Oh my. Okay. So eventually, I managed to get a phone call appointment set up with a physio. Thank Christ. Oh my God. That didn't take like 3.5 hours. It took like 2. But anyway. So, and I get my slot booked in for 12:30 to 1. Perfect. That's in like half an hour. So I'm sat there, eating my cereal, scanning some honey nut cornflakes, thinking, God, this tastes great. And I'll bang this phone call out, see what they can do to help. And there's me not knowing how to loot a bastion, so that's entertaining. So I'm sat there, 12:30 comes along, my phone's on the table in front of me, I'm expecting a call any minute now. I didn't get a call. Brilliant. Great. So then I'm sat there waiting more. I'm like, maybe they'll call at 1 and they'll just like, you know, answer at the very end. No, they didn't call at 1 either. And it's now 2 o'clock and I'm thinking, right, well, little bit late. So as I'm about to call them back and say, hey, so you kind of lied and I need to talk to someone, the house phone rings. Because these goofy people didn't call me on the number that I called them. They called my house number. Why? Why are you doing this? You're an hour late anyway. Just call me on my phone. So I answered this call and this I get the call was responded by some lady with the most patronising voice I've ever heard. And I'm sat here trying to explain my ailment, going, I've had a dodgy knee for like almost 2 years and it's just suddenly got really bad, you know, like I can't really bend it, I can't twist it at all, it's like, it's causing me some problems here. And she's just like, have you tried putting some ice on it? Of course I've tried putting ice on it, you silly Billy. Like, I'm not 5 years old, I did A-level sports science. Okay, well I didn't rant that, I just said, yeah, I've done that. But you see, it's kind of like been an ongoing issue for the past year and a half, 2 years. So I'm thinking I probably need to see some professional support for this, seeing as in 1.5 years of attempts, I'm kind of not getting anywhere with this. And she's like, okay, go to a physio in this. And then she listed off some random place nearby, like not an actual physio place, just a location, and said call up a physio there. Brilliant! That doesn't help! Because I wanted to do like because in England we've got the NHS, which is like the free healthcare service. So obviously I want to make use of the free healthcare service if I can, because I'm not trying to spend like, I'm not trying to go bankrupt doing a private physio anyway. So I then had to find this, she just hung up as well. Like, and I had to find this random place she was talking about, which was impossible because there's about like 5 different places that do physio in like. But anyway, I think I find the place she's talking about. I can self-refer myself there. Brilliant. Okay, so I get to the website and I'm thinking, finally I can get some help. No. I get to the website. I click on the NHS self-referral bit. Brilliant. I'm gonna get to see someone about my dodgy knee, which has been causing me problems for the past week. For the past year and a half. No. I've got to fill out a form online. Okay, right. Fill out the form, do whatever. And then it sends me to a different website to do another questionnaire. It took 45 minutes. And you know the best part about this? This questionnaire? Once I completed it, you know what it said on the website? It said, you should probably seek a healthcare professional, such as a physio. No kidding, I want to see a physio. That's why I'm here in the first place. So, eventually, after all of this, it's now like 5 hours later, the answer I was given was to look for the thing I was searching for originally. Do you know how goofy that is? That's like walking into a McDonald's saying, I'm hungry, can I have some food? And they're going, you should probably go to McDonald's, get some food, you know? Like, it's just, it baffles my mind. It baffles my mind. Anyway, so, after another little bit, I get an email and it says, you should hear back from us within 6 weeks. And I'm sat here going, 6 weeks? Right. That doesn't really help, does it? A month and a half? Yeah, I might try and call up and query into this. And you know, it gets better. Because they didn't give me a phone number. There just isn't a phone number. There isn't a phone number. What am I supposed to do? I just gotta wait 6 weeks. I mean, like, it's been a week and I haven't heard, I've heard like a whole lot of nothing back. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm never going to hear back from them. They're just going to, like, scoop me under the rug and just ignore everything that's just happened. But, I mean, we'll see. If they don't call me, I will call up again, and I will unleash, like, a full reign of fury on them, and I don't know. I want to get my knee fixed, because I want to do sports. I'm not trying to be a an unhealthy little boy. Big boy, I'm 18. That sounded weird. Anyway, look, I'm in the stronghold at 10 minutes, by the way. If that's not impressive, I don't know what is. Well, I mean, I've always wanted to get a sub 10. That's like my goal. And doing like 5 speedruns a week is probably not gonna help my chances of getting that. However, I've got a good excuse. You see, I'm kind of an adult now, and I need a job. I know, job's scary, but like most of my time now, a lot of my time now is looking for jobs. You know, like actual jobs, part-time jobs, sure, but like actual genuine jobs. They're good as well. I'm pretty sure I loot this chest and then I just find the portal room. Anyway, so yeah, that's cool. That's fun. I choked this run so badly. Like, look at this. 11 minutes and I can be in. Bearing in mind my PB's 13:20. If I can zero cycle, which I've been trying to practice learning, I could get like a 12-minute run, 12.5-minute run. You know, like. And look, you can see my mouse, it's just shaking. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't even crafted any glowstone. I'm like, what? What do I do? So I craft my little respawn anchor. And then I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to go in. Right, I've got my beds. I've got everything. Is it a zero cycle that I know how to do? Yes! It's a front dragon. Brilliant. I've done these before. I go up. I'm at Y80 something. I'm really slow. And this is when I realise I can do this zero. So I go up to 95. And yeah, no, I'm just too slow. I try and get my boat. I just die. And yeah. Well, that was the speedrun. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.